Hello and welcome back to Creative Coding. In today's video tutorial, it's going to be the first of many Canva tutorials on this Canva course where I'll be taking you from absolute beginner to intermediate and advanced graphic designer on Canva. So if this is something you're interested in, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss another one of these tutorials that are coming out extremely soon. So today's tutorial is essentially going to be taking you through the navigations, design, so that you can pick a design exactly aspect ratio that you want and all that important stuff, and you can pick and choose between certain things that you want so that your design looks crisp and perfect to your liking. So with that said, let's get straight into the video. Hello and welcome to Creative Coding. Today is going to be the first tutorial in the whole Canva course lineup. Of course, I made 2 Canva tutorials before, but those are from some of my first videos, and I found that they weren't too good, so I'm going to be redoing some of those videos in this full course. So let's get straight to it. So let's get straight to it. So here I am in canva.com, so all you need to do is search up canva.com, and if you don't have it, just make an account. Super simple, just put in your email. Don't worry, they won't do anything with it other than send you kind of annoying emails, but you can unsubscribe at any time. So what you can do now is we're gonna ignore all this templates, features, and especially learn. We're gonna ignore all that, and what we're gonna do is we're just gonna go straight into this, and I'm gonna teach you how to make a design, because we can forget about learning all these all these cool but not so important features. All we really want to do at the start is be able to create a design. So if you don't already see it, we can create a design by clicking on this create a design button right here, and as you can see, a bunch of suggested thing comes up. We have custom size and edit photo. We're just going to ignore these custom size and edit photo for now. Those will probably come in later tutorials. But for now, we can look at these suggested things. So as you can see, Canva has a long lineup of what we can create, what we can edit, whatever we can make in design here. So we can make a planner, report, US letter document, talking presentation, LinkedIn post, Instagram post, presentation, logo. I make a lot of stuff in Canva, right? And these are my suggested. But what we can actually do right now, and by the end of this course, you're going to be able to design essentially like a full pack of stuff where you can design stuff like YouTube channel art, YouTube thumbnails, make them very professional looking, right? And I'm going to show you some other softwares to remove backgrounds and stuff, but that'll come at a later time. So what we can do right now is we can actually just look, for example, let's just say presentation, because that's like a very standard one. So let's search up presentation, and I'm just going to click on it, and you can actually really choose anything. I just say go with presentation for now, and I'm going to show you all about the sidebars, naming it, downloading it, all that stuff. So let's get straight into it. So as you can see, we have in our nav bar here, we have some pretty basic stuff like our home, so you can go back home. We have our file, we have our resize. Now I use like a pro version, so you might not be able to record it. You might not be able to change your size, but I think you should be. And even if you can't, don't worry, because Canva has a long list of stuff, so you're probably going to be able to find something that fits your aspect ratio. So with that said, as you can see, we have our all changes saved here, zoomed in. So Canva automatically saves your designs for you, which I find is really nice, kind of like Figma. And so we can actually look to the right of our nav bar now, and we can see this untitled design presentation 16:9. So this is essentially, if you hover over it, it shows a box, and if you click on it, you can name it something. So let's just name this Canva tutorial. And Canva tutorial 2021. We can name it anything, we can name it at any time, rename it, whatever, right? And as you can see, we can share it with people with a shareable link, right? We can share it, we can send it if you're in a classroom and you want to really make a really cool looking presentation compared to everybody who's using Google Slides. You can use it in Canva, and I'm going to be showing you all this stuff, right? And I'm actually going to be making it so that, like, over progressively we can create a full-on YouTube pack of designs that we can use for thumbnails, all this different stuff. So let's get into all this stuff. But this this 3 dots will come a little bit later. I just wanted to show you it is just like where you can share it. So you can share it in Microsoft Teams or Mind. You can get a share link. And another important thing here is your present button. So I can present this standard, of course, present. And of course, it's a white screen. So that's essentially the nav bar. I'm gonna now direct your attention down to this left sidebar. So as you can see, we have a whole bunch of this templates, uploads, photos, elements, and like this can be very confusing at first, because you could be wondering what's the difference between a photo and an element. Videos, backgrounds, do they give me the videos, like all this different stuff. But don't worry about that. All we're going to be focusing on right now is templates. So as you can see in templates, they give us a bunch of templates to work with, and this is a great thing so that other people who build great, very good quality, high quality stuff, you can also use it. So for example, say I'm doing a presentation, I can I want like my name, so I can choose this. So cool presentation, I can look under templates and I see something that I'm interested in, and let's just say I want this, I'm probably gonna say this wrong, but Harumi Kobayashi. Okay, and so as you can see, it looks absolutely amazing, and there's text elements, there's images that we can move around and we can play around with, but that's going to be a little bit later. So now I'm going to direct you to the uploads section, where you can upload photos, medias, and everything. As you can see, I'm uploading a lot of stuff here, right, for different projects, and I'm going to show you how you can remove the background to get something like this. This is where I make my thumbnails, by the way, and I'm going to be teaching you how to make some professional looking thumbnails. And it's sorted into images, videos, and audio. And what you can do is you can even upload media by just clicking this upload media button. You can upload it from your device, your Facebook, Google Drive, Instagram, or Dropbox, really anything. So Canva is really great for this. So now I'm gonna direct your attention to the photos part of the sidebar, and as you can see, it's with the image icon. And as you can see, we have a bunch of stock photos, right? And we can search up anything, really. So I'm gonna search up like let's search up desk. So I'm gonna search up desk, and as you can see, it gives me a lot of options here, right? And so you can pick and choose ones that you want. Now I know if you don't have the education pack or pro pack, and if you want to use a pro pack, it allows you, but it has a small little watermark on it. So if that's something that bothers you, maybe try and go for the pro pack. But other than that, it should be fine when you're just starting out. And yeah, so this is essentially the photos part. Now I'm going to direct your attention, and also here I can say desk, and as you can see, it gives me these like filters that I can choose, like the color, orientation, and if it's free or education. So I'm just going to click on free, and I'm going to apply filters. So these are all the free choices I have. So I'm actually going to show you how to add it to the screen right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to click on it, and as you can see, it's behind some text, and I'm going to show you in later tutorials how to move it to the front and how to move it to the back, wherever you want, right, and all this stuff, right? But right now I'm just going to teach you where everything is located, because that's super important whenever you're looking for something. And if you want to take out a filter, you can just click on that filter, take it out of the checkbox, and apply filters. So that's essentially the filters part. Now I'm going to show you these suggestions by Canva, such as desktop, laptop, so I can get a totally new different thing related to desks. So it's really great in that sense. Now I'm going to direct you to this elements side of the nav bar, and elements I love a lot, because if you're ever thinking of making graphics, I'm also going to be making some tutorials on that. Graphics are a great thing to make in Canva. Elements are basically these like small, they're not like in IRL photos, but they're like animated things, right? So I can search up like let's search up subscribe, right? So I can see all these different subscribe things right here. I can filter it to free. apply filters. As you can see, we have some good choices here, and I can even apply it so that it's animated. So if I choose static or animated, static just means it's just plain, but if I choose animated and I apply filters, as you can see, I really like this glitch effect right here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add this here, and as you can see, it's a really cool glitch effect which I can toggle up and down, and I can place it anywhere I want. I'm gonna delete it for now, and that is essentially, and as well, it shows you the sidebar, the suggestions, but I'm not gonna really focus on that right now. If you ever want to search something else, you can also always press the X and then just search for another thing. They also give you these amazing things such as lines, stickers, charts, grids. These are called frames, and frames are really great because, as you can see, you can add something in it just like that. Frames are awesome. I might make a full video on just frames because they're super important and super good to use, right? They have all this cool stuff like the Instagram logo here that's glitched out, like white and black, really cool. So that's elements. Now I'm gonna focus on text, and text is super important whenever you're adding text, and we have a whole bunch of stuff here. So we have add a heading, add a subheading, and add a little body of text. So as you can see, recently used, and they give you these font combinations. So recently used is Glow and Planet Arcadia, and a gift just for you, all these font combinations that are really cool. And say we want a big heading, which is what I usually do, is we're just gonna click on this, and as you can see, it allows us to change the text to whatever we want, right? And then in later tutorials, I'm going to show you how to basically move around the stuff. Actually, I can show you how to move around the stuff right now. All you need to do is click on it, and you can move around it. Make sure it's not on the text, otherwise you're not going to be able to move around it. And in later tutorials, I'm going to show you how to animate the stuff, get all different fonts so your stuff looks really perfect and to your liking. And if you can't guess, add a subheading is smaller, add a little bit of body text is a little bit more smaller. So now I'm going to go to audio, and as you can see, if you want to add one of these, you can just click on it just like that, and you can use these to toggle, and I can change the name to whatever I want, and I'm going to show you how to like move it all around, stuff like that, in later tutorials. So there's going to be a lot of tutorials. So now I'm going to go to audio, and what I can do is add these different songs. Hopefully they're not copyright, because I don't want to copyright on this, but I can add it to it if I'm ever doing a video or presentation or something like that. I'm just gonna actually skip over audio. I'm guessing we can search it because I don't really use it, but I'm guessing we can search up something like adventure here. So adventure music like Leading Edge, Man Trap, Patience is a Virtue, all these cool stuff, right? So now I'm gonna actually change your attention to videos, which is kind of useful. It's like small B-roll footage, I guess that you could say, like stock B-roll footage, like of like random things, really. I guess you can search up something like I'm wondering if you can get like drone shots, right? And I really love drone shots, so yeah, so you can get like drone time lapses. So really cool stuff here. As you can see, it's free, so that's a good plus if you ever want to add some cool B-roll footage in your footage. So now I'm going to go to a really important part of this navigation bar, which is the backgrounds. And backgrounds, if you know me and my YouTube videos, I used to do a lot of thumbnails without my face. Now I've switched to my face for thumbnails, but for all of those, I used to go to Canva and simply go to these backgrounds. And as you can see, we have recently used, landscapes, patterns, gradients, abstract, food, textures, flowers, nature, all this stuff, all results. And I really like the gradients because you can edit them, so I can add it, and as you can see, it just changed the background. I can add all these different really cool stuff, right, just like that. So really cool stuff that we can work with here. So now I'm going to show you folders, and folders, you can create folders, all your designs you can share it with you, right? And then now we have more. So more is not too important, but yeah, that's just more. So that is essentially the left sidebar. And now I'm going to close the left sidebar, and if you ever want more space, you can just close the sidebar by doing either on Mac it's Command/, or you can just click on it, which is what I do. And now we have a whole mess of stuff which we can focus on in the next tutorial. But right now I'm going to show you how we can add new pages and add new pages and download this stuff. So how can we do this? By clicking add page, we have added a page. So say we want an exact duplicate of this just to switch around some stuff, and we don't want to make it from scratch. So don't worry about that, because now I'm going to direct your attention to the top of this small page. So here we have the move up function. So I can move this page above in case I'm ever doing like if I need to move it at the last second, but that's not too important. Here is the duplicate page. If you ever want to duplicate your page, here's the delete page and the add page. And lastly, here's the comment page. So I can say this is a comment, and I can click comment, and it'll say this is a comment made by me. So right now I'm actually going to delete this page, and I'm going to duplicate this page. So as you can see, I have two choices here: duplicate page and add page. I'm going to duplicate this page, and now we have two things. And I'm going to delete this so it looks a little bit different. And as you can see, now we have two sort of the same designs without going through all the effort to change it. I'm actually going to put your direction actually here to, as you can see, it says page 1, add a page title for page 2. So what I'm going to do is I can say this is the first page, and this is first page, second draft. And I think the limit on Canva for amount of pages is around 100, so don't worry about ever like running out really, unless you're like really creating like a lot of stuff. And we can zoom in here, so really good zoom in, 300%. I'm gonna zoom in to around that seems pretty okay, 42%, maybe a little bit more actually. That seems good. And yeah, so that's essentially, we can see our two pages from our grid view. I don't really use grid view. And yeah, so I can select this page and it'll take me to it, or not. I have to double tap. Sorry about that, I just forgot. And then we can present it in full screen. So in case we don't want to click on the triple dots and click present, all that stuff. And as you can see, if I'm going to go back to this present button, we have this copy link. So this is essentially the bottom nav bar, and then we have our questionnaire thing here, our help, where we can search for helping. And now the last thing I'm going to show you is this download. So first of all, if you ever want to share it with one of your friends, you can get a shareable link, like copy link, and you can share it wherever you are, through Discord, Gmail, whatever. And you can change the settings so that they can't edit it, but they can only see it and comment on it, or if you want them to have permissions to edit it, whoever you're sending it to. That's not too important right now. What I want to direct your attention to is downloading, because without downloading, we're not going to have it on our computer. So I'm going to click on download, and we have a bunch of choices of stuff that we can use. We can use GIFs, however you want to say GIF, GIF, GIF. Comment down below how you say it. We have MP4 videos, SVGs, PDF prints, PDF standards, JPEGs, and PNG. I usually choose PNG because it says the high quality image, and why wouldn't you want high quality image? You can choose your transparent background and compressed file. I usually don't do this because it'll make it lower quality. And we can choose all pages or just one or a certain page that we want. So right now I'm gonna actually choose select pages. And I'm gonna say download, and as you can see, it shows our pop-up bar right there saying download, and it's gonna download it as a zip file. And I'm just gonna say Canva tutorial 2021 designs, and I can open up this zip file simply by clicking it. This is not really a Mac tutorial, but yep. And then we can view it in our Finder. So I'm just gonna look for it, the folder. If I can just find it, where is it? Okay, so I found it, and as you can see, it is safe on our computer, just like that. Really cool. And yeah, that's essentially this tutorial. This tutorial, which is navigating throughout the whole thing. In later tutorials, and probably the next tutorial, I'm going to be teaching you some more important, like some more fundamental stuff with creating your designs, and then we're going to be going into more stuff like design theory, like all this, what we need, what's minimalist, neomorphism, flat design, all that stuff later in this course. But that's essentially right now's video. Great. So that was the first tutorial. Hopefully you enjoyed it and you learned something new from it. So in the next tutorial that will be coming out very soon, we're going to be learning all about literally adding your elements, how we can style them exactly the way we want. So again, make sure to subscribe and put that notification bell on so that you always get notified when a new video comes out. So that's all for today's video. Make sure to stay tuned for the next few tutorials, and that's all. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Creative Coding out. And live creatively, Creative Coding out.